part of, the courage that you need and the community that you take care of and the patience that we all have to discover in ourselves. It applies to this, and it applies to what's happening in the world. The arm relaxes down, you're drawing the line up the center of your body, okay, without bringing the shoulders with you. In the worst of times, people have always practiced. In wartime, whenever people have, draw keys on paper and play under the bed, and I mean, that's the way it's done. And ballet has survived, hundreds of years of disasters. And because it's a place to go, it's its own thing, which is why I'm particular about the conversation. And I want, let's keep it to the thing, because this is your way to go out, in a way, to be part of something that is inherently social and yet singular, and something where every little tiny move matters. So your mind can't float. You can't go to the anxious place, or you can't be anything while you're doing ballet. If you are, you'll fall over. You have to just be thinking arms and fingers, and how will I make those nice? And that's your whole job for that. 45 minutes, at least for this class. There's some of my students who don't know what to do literally at these times, but at 6 o'clock weekdays, they take my ballet class, and I have really dedicated students that I've raised from, non-dancers to be dancers now, to think of themselves as dancers and to have the dancer life. So the commitment to that didn't change because the situation changed. If you're a dancer, and I'm dancing 50 years now, then that's what you do. Good times you dance, bad times you dance. Conversations about dance. It's your, it's the way musicians feel about music. It's like your points of reference or movement. You drown in your misery if you don't either make, something beautiful or help other people. And if you teach, and you're teaching something that's a form, then you can do both. But otherwise, what am I doing? I could sit around and feel sorry for myself. Why? I have a nice apartment, there's food. I'm well at the moment. We're of the generation where we've seen a few bad things. In the beginning with AIDS, everyone was in a good mood, pretty much, to take care of middle class, upper middle class, young, handsome men who were tragically dying. And when it became a darker group and a third world problem and all that, people stopped caring about it at all, because that's the way the world works. And already in this virus, we're seeing the economic differences. It's like someone said to me, "Oh, I'm bored," I said today, one of my dancers. I was like, "You don't have the right to be bored." I was like, there are 80,000 homeless people in New York. Doesn't mean you can't have a bad time. But you have resource, you have a place to live, you have food, you have friends. Use it. Use your, use what you have, reach out, do things. I'm like, there are people who have nothing and are just sitting ducks. All we've been asked to do is to stay put. There's no Circus Warehouse right now. All that structure is gone, but I'm still the teacher in this. I've been telling my students, I'm like, guess what, guys, you people in your 20s and 30s, there's no more Cirque du Soleil. They're going to go bankrupt. There's no more Feld Entertainment. There's no more Marvel cartoons. All the jobs, are gone. So what you have to think of is how are you going to reinvent this business? It's yours now. In a way, it's like, wait for the Renaissance is going to be interesting. It's going to be, hard, and we're all going to be poor. I want to be healthy. One, and purposeful, and I want to make sure my students don't fall off the deep end in their practice. I want to make sure my friends around the world are good, and then the business is so much after that. I brought home my AP file. I haven't looked at it. I've been home for 3 weeks. I'm like, what am I going to look at? I'm going to sit here and pay bills? Fuck that.